said that I was going to have a quick conversation today with my king. Yes, I said my king, my tent mate, my bandmate, my friend. Good afternoon, Clarky.
Good afternoon. TC, what's going on?
Man, good. How you doing, bro?
I hear sweet. I can't complain.
Well, you should. You got a whole fast. You care, though.
I AC.
Are you AC?
AC.
Clark, no, you remember I spoke to you the night that West Indies played the USA at Kensington?
Yeah.
You remember that night? It was myself and we were leaving Kensington because we went to watch the game. And we stopped and had a chat with you and we asked you what you was doing.
Yeah.
And at that point in time, what did you say to me?
Well, I did cleaning and I didn't show nothing about anything.
Exactly. You said to me, man, I got Kensington to deal with, and I realized it was a line of your song. Cricket done. You still want your cleaning. You still want your cleaning Kensington.
I got World Cup done. You want your cleaning Kensington?
Yeah, man, come and write a song and bring something for the people to say. So you sang the song in the tent, the penultimate night of the tent, because the first time you would have sung the song would have been the Saturday night before we judge, yes?
Saturday night, yeah. Saturday before we judge, yeah.
And when you came on stage tonight and the audience get up and start running about the place, how did you feel?
I was like, wait a minute, I sing everything right. So I was now learning these songs. It was a long finish. It was busy. And I felt that I was like, okay, so this may just work. You know, that was the first time I ever sang the song. And I was just expecting, people say, okay, defending, but he ain't sounding last year.
Yeah.
You know, we make a song clear.
Because you know that that's what we do. We go back and dig up things that you sang last year. All about ain't sounding last year.
It sounded last year. What fun. You know, and if you saw it last year, why you hear that melody repeat?
Alright.
So I was prepared for that sort of thing.
Mm-hmm.
But I was like, okay, well, I had one of my main critics who came to me after, and they talked about constructive criticism.
Mm-hmm.
And he came to me after and he said it could work.
Mm-hmm.
It could work. You understand? Because he really didn't too keen on that song at first. I can tell you.
Mm-hmm.
He didn't too keen on a Nancy last year either.
Well, yeah.
But I just said, oh, it could work. It could work. We can talk. That was David. We can talk.
Mm-hmm.
And Judge and Night, I remember he told me, don't make the changes, just sing as it is, Judge and Night.
Mm-hmm.
And I probably changed one line or so, Judge and Night, and the rest was history. After the judging was finished and I got the reaction from the audience,
mm-hmm.
at the end of the song, I came back out and I did say the dog.
Yes, you did. So anybody who was not at the Big Show Judge Night missed more action.
Let me tell you, everything Finals Night was something you should be at.
Big Show Judge Night. Judge Night. That was action.
I was singing some futuristic things in there as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah.
But it was all that tempo. That's my sort of thing. I love doing that sort of thing. So I was definitely having fun. And as I said, I remember saying in one of my lines that the judging done, so I can have some fun.
Mm-hmm. You did too.
So yeah, I did have some fun. So I sang a song 3 times and won. So I can't complain at all.
Exactly. So who worked on the arrangement? This is for the public. This is for the public because I know. So this is for the public, really.
Roger O'Neil Giddens, my first farm at Prince Market, is a teacher.
Mm-hmm.
Roger Giddens. We developed a friendship over the years. You know how Roger's mind operates. You know, he tells you what it is in a very nice way.
Yes, he does. Very, very nice.
It is. But I thought Roger was right there. He thinks it can work. He's going to work with it.
Mm-hmm.
I said, Roger, I want this walking bass singing my song. Think this can work? I sang it. He said, man, yeah, that can work, Adrian, man. I said, but I accustomed to you, man. You know you're going to be late. So I'm ready for you.
You ready when you're ready.
And that was I went like the morning, and the next day Roger had the arrangement in my inbox and also in the inbox of the band lead and Laurie Worrell.
Mm-hmm.
So I was like, geez, down the road, rehearse, we gone. You know, and I've been working with Roger now since 1993. You know, there are times Roger said, "Man, Adrian, you gotta try somebody else." I say, "I will." Well, you doing this one. You know, and there are times when he did one, and I get somebody else to do another. But I find it very hard to separate from Roger Guinness because he knows me, and he just gives me exactly what I want. I've never had to complain with Roger Guinness.
Or go back to Roger and say, Roger, I ain't feeling this one.
Nah, never, ever, ever. I mean, go back and say, Roger, this is sweet. Did we add XYZ? 2014, classic example. When I told Roger Guinness what I wanted for a constituency in Calypso, he said, but you don't want that day for judging? I said, no, I have something else in mind for judging. So then for judging, so what I had. So then when I went back after making the semi-final, I said, I have the same one. He said, so what do you need for finals? I said, trust me, I have something else for finals. So it was a step up and a step up all the time. I just shook his and delivered. So, yeah.
Yeah, I lost you there a little bit just now in terms of our signal connectivity, because Adrian is talking to us while I'm positive that Adrian is probably going somewhere. He's a workaholic. For those of you who don't know, Adrian Clark is a bit of a workaholic. So I lost you there for a little second, Adrian. But walk us through finals night for you.
I don't know you can hear me now because I'm approaching Dylan Griffith right now.
No, Lord, and we know that everything is followed right there.
Everything is dropped out by Dylan Griffith. I make sure my seat got on tight and my door's locked.
Correct, because you might drop out too.
Exactly.
So walk us through finals night.
Finals night, oh boy. Finals night was a long wait. I pulled number 16. I was prepared for that wait. All the while I was anticipating what was going to happen before I came out. I knew young Tay was going to do her best, and I just would love to see a young one throwing their hand among the other ones. I was a young one in between them two, albeit I was much older than Tay was 20 when I got into the fray in 93. And it was a pleasure seeing her going on stage, all bedazzled and bedecked in her outfit, props and everything being set up. I was like, wow, this got to feel good for this young girl. This got to feel good. And she's also a tent mate, so I want to see her do well. And she's a Clark, so come on.
Come on.
Come on. So every time there was like, okay, before me, so I have no worry. He is before me. What will he do now? So it's like, boy, Adrian, turn it back. No, you're there. No, that still will. He knew he will bring it. He's a phenomenal performer, and I was huge Eagles fan. Tell anybody that, huge Eagles fan. If I had the focus that if I had, Lord, oh gosh, I think I would probably win every other year, if not every 2 or every 3 years in a row.
Yeah, that is so true. The focus that Ian has is tremendous, and as you said, if all of us had the focus of Ian, it would be serious.
He is something else, and I don't know how he does it, but somehow he gets it done. And unfortunately, what happened on finals night, you know, it can happen to the best of us.
Yeah.
And we saw it happen to the best of us. And, you know, just unfortunate, but it's a competition, so you got to take advantage of the competition, so that's what I did. So I had my lines that I can always walk in there. I actually left out certain things I was going to sing and made sure I find something to put in there, albeit at the demise of my good friend.
Well, you know, that and that within itself is something that is really, really special about you. Because when what happened with Ian happened, I said, boy, Adrian Clark can take advantage of this. Adrian Clark's going to take advantage of this. Because I know you. I said, I ain't going to be done that Adrian plan for. Adrian can just roll it out. Roll it right out.
Oh, yeah. And when he came off, you know, he get back on my shoulder, on my back, and I was like, yeah, true Clark, man. You know, that's the way we live.
Yep.
You know, that's the way we live. Because I know Webster is not an easy competitor by any stretch of imagination. And as I say, it's unfortunate it happened near the end, but that man is not easy. And it felt good being able to compete against him. And at the end of it, we are still good friends.
Mm-hmm.
You know, that's something that, you know, allow the crowd to have their banter and to carry on and cross one another, but we still remain friends.
That's
you know?
right.
He had a little mishap there backstage. You know, he was getting some cramps and stuff prior to going on stage.
Mm-hmm.
And as I say, it's just unfortunate.
But you know that was a lot of talk too about he had an excuse, but those who would have been around would have known what was going on with him
we were
prior to going on stage.
You know, we were there to see, and Webster is not going to give up easily.
No.
He's not. He's not that kind of person to give up easily. He's not. And as I say, it was just unfortunate. And the sort of confidence he wished me well while he was coming off the stage.
Mm-hmm.
You know, because he knows how I am. I know how he is. And again, we are teammates. And I want to brag now, boss. There were 5 of us in the finals, and all 5 finished in the top 9.
Correct.
You know, we all finished in the top 9.
Yep.
And
so hats off again to the big show.
Hats off to the Barbados Public Workers Cooperative Credit Union Big Show.
There you go.
The sweet thing about it is that we had the 2 COVID years, and then Big Show came second.
Right.
Quan.
To Quan, correct.
Which was Webster again.
Mm-hmm.
And then Webster won. So we had 1-2 again in 23.
In 23.
2023.
Yeah.
And I'm quite sure it probably was 1-2-4 or something. I can't remember who was.
No, it was 1-3-5 this year.
It was 1-3-5 this year.
Oh yeah, 1-3-5 this year.
But I was thinking of 23.
In 23.
Billboard,
it was 1-2. I think it might have been 1-2-5. You know.
We had somebody up in there again.
Yeah, I think it was 1-2-5 because it would have been Quan 3rd and Billboard 4th in 2023.
Right.
So I think it was 1-2-5. But suffice it to say, Clark, tell me what is the plan now for Clarky going forward? We you doing for the next year between now? Because I know you can write your song 2 nights before judging next year anyway.
Well, oh Lord, I'm already being warned about that. But I have an idea for a song since 2018.
Mm-hmm.
That, like I said, the title called Paradise Lost.
Ah.
And I always remember what's his name, Devon Seal. I mentioned it to him in 2018, and he was like, "Oh, gosh, Clarky boy, it's your boy I want writing with you."
Aye.
We never got around to it, but it's one of those songs which would fall into the vein of this melody because of the style of it.
Yeah, okay, gotcha.
Very melodic. So I'm thinking of doing something.
But Clark, all your songs is me melodic. Don't come to me about very melodic.
No, I talk about I talk as far as this melody sort of melody.
Okay, you mean sweet, sugary.
Sugary, and not the one from down north that is do bashman.
Not that sugary. I am getting questions here for you, Adrian.
Yeah.
I am being asked if you're defending your crown. This Adrian, seriously, Adrian will probably. That is never a question for Adrian.
I didn't even think about it. In all honesty, I'm not even thinking about it. If it's supposed to be, it will be. I have defended in 2002, and I defended in
2009. Yes, you did.
So I don't see why I shouldn't do it in 25.
That's not your personality.
No, and I expect to be very busy in 2025. Real busy.
Tell us a little bit about being busy in 2025, because I know that we're tight on time and I got you on your phone, but I want to talk a little bit about Fire Fest.
Oh Lord, Fire Fest will be. I tell you now, Fire Fest has to be the first Saturday in May.
So there you've heard it, ladies and gentlemen, Fire Fest. So again, for the people who take a little while to get any crop over spirit and things ain't happening, Fire Fest was one of the biggest events for the year. It actually, to my mind, started crop over really and truly when you think about it. It was held on May the 4th at Hilara Court. Again, Spice and Company, Burning Flames, and everybody you could think about was on stage. It was an excellent show, Adrian. Hats off to you for that.
Appreciate it. So it definitely will be back in 2025 May. And drum roll for this one. You will hear as the year rolls on into 2025 Soca Rumble.
Yes. That was gonna be the next question though. So since you answered it before I asked it, you are going to have Soca Rumble.
Soca Rumble, Party Monarch, whatever you want to call it, it will be in 2025.
All right.
Guaranteed, TC.
Good.
The biggest prize ever, in the words of Blood and My Boy D2. Ever. Biggest prize ever. And I am so excited about this.
So you've heard two things today. Soca Rumble is definitely happening. And the biggest prize ever. And the Fire Fest will be back next year.
Oh yes. So you're gonna have Ocean Gem, which is my production company. We're definitely gonna be looking forward to doing some wonderful, entertaining stuff for 2025. And me being an entertainer myself, I kind of know what I want. I kind of know what the others want. But what I can promise my fellow entertainers is that I'm not just gonna go there and say, oh, this is the competition, this is the show, and take it or leave it. Now we can have conversation.
All right. I love that. I love that.
I want to know what you guys are looking at. Of course, I'm going to be going after corporate Barbados to get some assistance. And but I can tell for sure it is definitely on. It is happening. I had a meeting with a partner up to yesterday. Went on a catamaran, trying not to bring up my stomach.
Oh Lord, you know how it is with you on boats.
Boats and me don't really work. Ships go work, but not boats.
But not boats.
But not boats. But we had a good conversation, and we're definitely looking forward to 2025. And he was actually talking 2026 already. And I can assure you, it will not just be something where the audience come and say, oh yeah, my winner, my loser, whoever, and then they go on home. The audience going home happy too.
All right.
I don't want to let too much out the bag.
Don't let too much out the bag. Give me some things that I can talk to you about in the next time that that the corporation brings me here to be a part of a program.
The bag is full.
The bag full. Oh Lord, Christmas in Cropova.
Christmas in Cropova comes again. Trust me, Christmas in Cropova. 2025. If you think you had good music, fellas, this year, I know you can dig deeper and bring some wonderful music.
Yep.
Whether it be bashment, whether it be sweet soca, raga soca, whatever you choose to bring.
The Rumble is the Rumble. Soca Rumble can go everything mixed up in one, so bring your best.
Bring your best.
I love it.
You could be the heart of the party, or you could not want to wait until tomorrow.
Yeah. We good to go. Clarky, I want to say thanks a lot for coming on today and talking again. You are my king. I could not have been happier. Whether it was you or Webby, I would have been happy either way. I would have been a little happier if it was my child, but hey, we'd be all right with that. Soca 5.0. Back on stage together, you, Rupert, and myself. We haven't been together since 2016, since we had Barbados' music. Yes, it was an awesome evening.
Awesome. If you missed that, I am so sorry for you.
Best show for the season, bar none. I'm hearing that over and over again from persons who attended.
We love to give links to the NCF, but let me tell you, Soca 5.0 was really a 5.0 over everything.
That's right.
That was.
I understand that the audience numbers on the evening in question were well over 20,000 people.
I know, because at one point when I got there, I was like, wait, how much people in here already? And I thought I would have been late. I ain't gonna deny, but I was quite early getting there, and I was like, man, how much people in here already? Because this whole people got work in the morning, what they can do this show. And I know half of those who were talking were there.
And stayed to the end.
You know, there's like, say this here quickly. I remember a set up place I used to work, I had some staff members saying, I ain't going to the Christmas party. They don't care, but we ain't going nowhere. And the first people to turn up is there.
Yep, there you go.
You understand? First people to turn up. In order to get some food and whatever prices the boss can give you. So, yeah, there's same people down there at Botanical Garden. So, I don't mind. It was a massive attendance and a wonderful show.
I said this evening on the program, Adrian, I mean, you may have your own opinion about it. I said this evening that I do not believe that we should take Pick the Crop back to Botanical Gardens. It needs to return to Kensington.
It needs to go anywhere but down in there.
Okay, good. Because Botanical is good for a fete, but not a competition.
not a competition. No, 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 no. You need to have people that, for the audience, sorry, for the contestants to be, competitors to be comfortable, and don't get there, they learn to it.
Correct.
It really did.
And that was the issue.
Yeah, it really didn't learn to it. And if it is our premier event, one of our premier events, we got to treat it that way.
Correct. So you've heard from the king. I've said my bit, and I'm sure the other people have said their bit. Let us remove the pickety crop competition from botanical, unless there's significant remedial work being done at botanical, which I don't know that it can get done within a year's time, unless we start doing it from yesterday. But botanical is not the place for a pickety crop competition, and I'm not hiding my mouth with that. I say it to anybody that asks me. This ain't a knock on the foundation or on the Ministry of Culture, but this is just a reality. The pickety crop competition cannot be held at Botanical Gardens. It just does not lend itself to the competition. It really, really doesn't. But Clarky, thanks a lot for coming on today.
You are welcome.
We can hook up and we can see each other. Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to take a short pause for a cause and give our sponsors some time.
15 iWeb, 16 AC, 17 iMara, and 18 Biggie Airy. And remember, the reserve is Kwan. That is the order of appearance for the Pickety Crop Finals.
Last year crop over, from the time I dropped me song, the whole place is saying, hey, see guy made me crumb. I thought I had it covered, but I went use the brain. You see the boy is doing things and Nancy going back again. Some say they lose their bets on me. Oh, I let them down. All I had to do was turn up, and I had another crumb. You're too laid back, overconfident. The bride you need to rethink. Do like in 2001 and 8 and cuss everybody stink. I ain't singing about no economy. We already know it's a mess. So for me to keep lamenting is just adding to this foolishness. Don't tell me about no consultants consulting about consultation when a section of the population bordering on starvation. The youngsters ain't got no money, yet they can buy a gun. Are they getting it on HP and being immersion when the week's done? I ain't shooting off the mountain areas I don't know I'm from. No, I just searching for a way to turn last year's two into number one. So would you ask me? You going for brown, AC, are you going for brown? It's a long, long time since you did number one. You going for brown, AC, are you going for brown? So much material and you ain't write a song. We know you got this melody, and the judges who judging we put that all in a song as a proud region. We know you got the thing to do, and I got telling each of you, write a song, AC, and go for brown. Yeah. Hear this. issues and problems at the gymnasium last Thursday. What happened backstage, I do not know. Ask Karen and Trinity. I wondered what was happening. Somebody said AC. Rocky Lane got to plant the gangsters, they're getting piece of money. Colin Spencer have issues with Toy Song. He said to me, I feel that Colin Spencer's fear is because of AC. He should spend some time all the while helping the DLP, because the fear they are facing is another 030. Hey! You going for brown, AC, or you going for brown? Not like the West Indies do this last time around. You going for brown, AC, or you going for brown? Just like the Indians, the World T20 champion. We know you got this melody, yes. Why you put that all in a song as a proud pigeon? I want you all to understand that I am a champion. I ain't going for crown, yes. And go for crown. 31 years I've been doing this thing and I love my job. But all the while I see people say something's wrong, yes. I've twice reached the pinnacle of the coveted crown. But the reason why I do it is for you, back on the ground. Hey! So if you want me to sing a song about the DLP, I how it all imploded because of a RAT. This smart rat sat in parliament on the backbench quietly. Got fed up and walked to George Street to join Steve and Ronnie. The whole place they turn over, votes get cut, things exposed, no confidence in each other. I swear we guys turn to blows. Steve Fred or Ramsey tell the Pied Piper, let my people go. Since they cancel the convention, he ain't going to court no more. Hey, will you tell me? You going for brown, easy, or you going for brown? You have no place as an also run. You going for brown, easy, or you going for brown? Hey, and I don't mean like no village round. We know you got this melody, why you? Why you? Put that all in your song as a proud pigeon. What village ram what? As he may tell he no thanks, that can't be life wrongs. That he shoot it blind. Hey! What you think, Trinity? I know you have been waiting for me to do some people. But the wait is over, prepare for licks right now in my song. What happened to the village ram? Did something get his tongue? But I know tonight for sure that he ain't getting back this crown. If me wanted to hire a star, you think Webster is the man? No, she would go to Ellerton and she would hire Peter Ram. Biggie Irie coming up here, you can appreciate. But justice in QEH, but he has to wait and wait and wait and wait and wait. Thank you! Yeah, yeah!
That was contestant number 16. Here from the big show, going to sound called Going for Crown. Give it up one more time for AC.
Adrian Clark, that can't be live rogues. Tell you no thanks, that can't be live rogues, usually likes. Only my good friend Adrian, I'll tell you. Both men are my friends, and they will remain my friends. We have battled each other on a number of occasions. I've been missing the fray now, this is 2 years. Yeah, but it was good to watch from the other side. Again, congratulations to AC Adrian Clark. Winning this year's Pick of the Crop title, or 2024 Calypso Monarch. Again, I say congratulations to all of our monarchs. There were a number of things, So we chatted, Adrian and I chatted briefly about Soca 5.0. Soca 5.0, to my mind, bar none, was the best show for this season. Yes, I said it, and not just because that I was a part of it, but it was good to see the big three on stage again in terms of bands, and then the other artists. We had our section where we did the vintage, which would have featured the classics of the past, Road March winners of the past, Calypso monarchs of the past, and again, songs from the 50s that would have moved us as well in the vintage section. Then we did the bands, and then we wrapped up the evening at Soca 5.0 with all of the young up and coming artists. So again, hats off to the NCF. So let me share a couple things that the NCF would have done this season that would have been quote unquote behind the scenes things that most people would not have been aware of, so that you'll have an idea of some of what happened for the festival. The Pink Pen project was produced this year by the foundation. Shanna Pull the Trigger Boom Hines would have worked with a number of young female artists this year to help them to write their own material, produced and paid for by the National Cultural Foundation. An EP was released. The songs are out there. Tay's offering on that would have been a song called Wucket. Kimberly Innes, again, female producers were also used. Daisy and Kimberly Innes would have produced the beats, and they would have been the ones behind the scenes working on the songs, the production, and that kind of stuff. So an all-female ladies project was produced by the NCF this year. Again, I say that the promotion and marketing is probably where the NCF tends to fall down a little bit in terms of saying what is going on. Also this year, a number of artists would have benefited from the NCF actually assisting them in financing their songs, whether it was paying the songwriters or paying the producers. I think there were well over 328 songs, which were most of the cost was carried by the foundation. They were very clear to indicate that they do not have to be credited as executive producers, despite the fact that generally the executive producer is the person who pays for the song. The NCF is not credited as the executive producer of a number of those songs that would have been produced this year. Songwriters would have been paid, production would have been paid for those songs. Then you also would have had your junior cadouement. Junior cadouement, congratulations to Fifth Element, congratulations to Colors, congratulations to Young Hijack Bin, and also the school's junior cadouement project would also have been something that the NCF would have been a part of, along with the Sandy Lane Charitable Trust, where a number of schools across the island would have benefited from knowledge of costume making, and they would have produced their own costumes for junior cadouement. Then you would have had obviously the events that would have been hosted and put on by the NCF, which would have employed a number of artists as well. So those would have been some of the things. Again, I said I don't have a script today, so I'm speaking off the top of my head about a number of things that I would have been aware of that would have occurred during the course of the festival, that the foundation would have played an integral role, whether they were financing or they were facilitating. Then we had the change to the Grand Cadouement route. From all reports from band leaders, the route was well received. I've spoken to persons who I know are masqueraders myself, and they said they significantly really enjoyed this route far better than other routes that they would have jumped on in the past. It was nice, it was spacious. At no point in time there was any concern about threat, and they liked that they had the room to really masquerade. Obviously you got that little tight area there in Black Rock, but the bands move a lot faster to me this year, considering that they started at 11 o'clock. We saw the first band at 1 o'clock because I would have been watching the bands along with Derry and Joanne. I watched the bands from right in front of Carlton with the Togetherness Social Group. And the first band we would have seen would have been Walk Holy at about 1 o'clock. But then after that, they came down a pace. There was a little gap between Capri Culture and the next band that came, but after that, they were coming pretty much one right behind the other. The only issue that I could say that I had, because I did not jump, I was not part of the masquerade, I felt like in that Black Rock area it became one mess and I could not see costumes. I pretty much was seeing revelers, so I did have a concern with that, and that is something that we can look at, security in the bands, so that the bands can remain intact as much as possible all the way through the route. What else is there that would have occurred this crop over? that I might not have given any attention to. Pandemonium, again, excellent. Love to see the young pan bands. And again, my favorite is always the National Youth Orchestra, conducted by Laurie Worrell. I like the fact that we're getting young people involved in pan, and that we are setting up 2 groupings. I think that I would want to see a whole lot more schools getting involved in pans from the primary school level. There are enough pan players out there that can get together and work with the schools. So let's encourage them, and let's take some of them on. Laurie is already the conductor of the National Orchestra. Let's work with people the likes of, what's Mark's last name? Mark, Ziggy Walcott. Ziggy Walcott would have been one of the integral players back in the day, because my 2 nephews actually played in Mosaic Juniors, which would have been probably a teething ground for a lot of the pan players that you see now would have been in Mosaic Juniors as well as Mosaic. So let's get Ziggy back involved. I always perform with his group at Pandemonium, which is Ziggy and Black Pepper. I always perform with them. Ziggy usually just calls up and says, T, come and take a jam. And I take the jam with them because I actually enjoy the energy within that band. It would be good to see the live performers spread across all of the bands that are performing, as opposed to all of them performing with one band. So these are my little suggestions off the top of my head. But again, I want to say hats off to the NCF. You did not get everything right this year. There is work to be done, and there are things that have to be fixed. So, but still, you can take a bow. There were things that were done well, and let's fix the things that we need to fix. One of the first things we need to pay attention to, remember, move the biggity crop out of botanical gardens. Right. So, with me this afternoon, as I'm getting ready to wrap up, is a gentleman that I had the opportunity to meet last year, Earnest Weekes. Ernest lives in the US. He's a Barbadian living in the US who is very attuned to our culture, and he has a YouTube channel. What he has been doing since he's been here, and he started doing it last year. I don't know if he started before last year, but I met him last year. He would have been interviewing some of the artists, seasoned artists and young artists alike, and sharing their story on his YouTube channel. So let me say good afternoon to Ernest.
Good afternoon to you, TC.
How you doing?
I'm doing very well.
Well, I want to get your feelings. I need you to come in a little closer, because this is our mic right here. So I want to get your thoughts on the festival this year. Seeing that we celebrated 50 years, from the perspective of someone from in the diaspora, what were your thoughts on the festival this year?
First, I'd like to give my shout out to the NCF, especially Tanya Yard, for accommodating the media, giving us access to the events, and also the tent managers that allow us access. From my perspective, it was a very good event. There were challenges that were faced, but they overcame them, and it shows that Barbados have the potential to put on high quality events. I mean, the music is good. I've been listening to soca and calypso for a long time, and you was one of my favorites. Along with Red Plastic Bag. I mean, from the 90s, when I first heard your songs, I was like, I thought at first it was Alison Hines. I said, no. I was identifying a female Calypsonian.
Okay, I got you.
And I was saying, oh. And I heard TC. I said, Teresa Coward. And I said, okay. And from then on, you became my favorite Calypsonian.
Well, thank you.
I'm serious. And I remember Kabla Pop. And I can remember you dancing around the stage, playing. Actually, I videotaped that part also. And I still have some of that in my
archives.
My archives. That's when we did the interview.
The interview last year.
I put a little clip of it in there.
A little clip in there.
Yeah, so it was beautiful for me. And then also when you had the performance at the East Coast Road, I covered that also, and it was amazing.
So you've been covering Crop Over for quite some time, because you talking about East Coast Road, that's a while.
Yes, I did all of that. I did it even at Kensington. I mean, I covered Crop Over for a long time.
Don't tell me what to sing. Don't tell me what to do. tell me deal with the issues. On the wall they want my views, but I was told to watch my tongue. When the delegation came down, they have me under surveillance, but I'm not accustomed to importance. So I am striking back, I ain't taking that crack. Hear me when I say to hell with that. All I
You mentioned people getting into the bands, and I think that they need to be a little bit more controlled, because they have some revelers, they don't behave respectfully, especially towards women.
Right.
You know, because my thing is that you can have fun, but don't be abusive.
Right.
Or don't take certain liberties that go beyond what is acceptable.
Right.
Because how are you going to treat women in the future if you cannot handle conditions that are, like, let's say, a little bit challenging and exciting? How are you going to react and respond when you face
Other situations. All right. So you found then that the bands needed to have a little bit more control in terms of the outside influence of the band.
Yes.
All right. So you attended Soca 5.0. You attended Pickety Crop Finals. You heard me say here today that I firmly believe that Pickety Crop Finals needs to return to Kensington Oval. From your perspective as media, how is the setup for you as a media person to do your recording and that kind of stuff for the Pickety Crop Finals in the current venue that we have it in? Because I know what it would have been like for you at Kensington. How do you see, how is it now for you in that space?
Last year was, to me, from the media perspective, it was horrible. The stage was very high.
The stage was too high.
Yes. The stage was at the right level, but I just say the location is bad. In terms of like access, first thing. I mean, for the public. And then the rain, the mud, and as you say, there's no permanent fixture or structure that would accommodate privacy of people. Because that's what was my concern. I was seeing that some other media personnel, that first thing, they don't have fixed bathrooms, fixed structure. They started down in the amphitheater, and then they moved it back to this side where they had Pandemonium
And Tipsy.
I went, I think it was the Wednesday, I went to check out the location, because I like to
scout
my location first to see what's going on. How is it going to be conducive for me for other media personnel? And I see them set up the stages. Again, it needs to be a fixed structure. And I think Kensington will be ideal.
It would be the best place to
Yes. Last year I think it was cricket. And then this year, of course, you had World Cup.
We had World Cup, and and CPL is starting very soon.
but Kensington is the ideal place. I mean, I did Soca Legend over there. I saw Soca Legend when they had Pastor Bag was performing, and also like some Trinidadian artists like Sugar Aloes.
Right. This would have been Rasai Soca Legends.
Yes.
You would have seen that there, and Rise would have been held at Kensington as well. Crop over Wednesday night. Rise would have been held at Kensington as well. So I do understand that there would have been some issues, but I again want to plead with the powers that be that we return the Pickety Crop competition back to Kensington. How long were you here for this year? In terms of, when did you arrive on the island to start your media work?
6 weeks. I came on June the 23rd. And my first event, of course, would be the festival with the Liberty Last
The opening gala would be your first event.
Yes, that was my first event.
What were your thoughts on that in terms of the production of it?
It was beautiful. I like the concept of presenting the awards to the various people that are prominent in Barbados. People need to be recognized. And as you say, give them their flowers while they are still alive.
Yep.
You know, appreciate the work that they're doing. Because sometimes we ignore people and they fall to the cracks, which is not good, you know. And I appreciate the Prime Minister. I mean, I knew her 12, 13-year-old at Queen's College. I used to work at Queen's College in the lab, so I knew about her. I like strong women, to be honest with you. I'm not fazed by strong women. You know, there are some people that are offended by strong women. Listen, if you can do the job, do it. I appreciate talent. I appreciate structure. I appreciate organization. And I have no problem with people competing. The only way you can get better is through competition.
Through competition.
Yes.
So you would have been here then for most of the festival. What was your favorite event?
Favorite event will be 5.0 and also
Everybody's favorite event was Soca 5.0.
and also the finals.
And the final.
Company tents, and I Big Show, All Stars, and I went to C.O. Williams
House of
Soca. My two favorite young artists, which will be Kwan, and I like Nikwa. You know, those are the ones that I work with them. At least with Nikwa, I try to support her as best as I can. I call her and I offer her my support and however way I can. But it's fantastic to see that you don't live on island. You are a Barbadian returning home for the festival, and that you are willing to put your hands to the plow and support young artists in any way you can. So I have to say thank you very much for that. Did you go to Junior Monarch? Yes, I did.
What are your thoughts on the young juniors?
Beautiful, fantastic. I never knew that Crystal wrote so many songs, and then you eventually listen to the songs that she wrote.
Crystal has been a prolific songwriter. If you look back at Junior Monarch over the years, Crystal would have written for at least 14 of our juniors in terms of the winning songs. 14. The minimum is 14. I know it's more than that, Chris. But at least 14 of our winning Junior Monarch songs would have been written by Crystal, and she continues to do her work in and around the region. So we got to say thanks you to Crystal for the work that she has been putting in this festival. And we got to say thank you to you as well, Ernest, for actually archiving, recording, and chronicling the Crop Over Festival. We always want to leave it up to the corporation in the sense that CBC should chronicle this and the NCF should chronicle that. But young or private filmmakers and producers also have a role to play in guarding our history and our heritage. So I want to take this opportunity to say thank you for having done that and for continuing to do that. And before we wrap up, because we're way into Jaquila's time, before we wrap up, can you tell us where to find your YouTube page so that we could see some of these interviews that you've done?
My YouTube page is Clear Image Pro.
Clear Image Pro?
CLAIRIMAGE-PRO. My middle name is Claremont, so I just say Clear Images, and Pro.
So go onto YouTube, Clear Image Pro, and CLAIR, Clear, that Clear, as in Claremont.
Yes.
Clear Image Pro, and you can catch some of the interviews that would have been done by Ernest over the years, and this year as well, where he gives you an insight into some of the artists on island. It is at this point that I'm going to say my goodbyes. Bittersweet though they are, I quite enjoyed actually being back here in the chair and on the air at the corporation. It's been a while since I've sat behind the mic here. 2007, if I am correct. Remembering that would have been the last time that I would have signed off quite some time ago. And I sign off again this evening and say I hope that we can be together again for Crop Over 2025, if not sooner. Thank you guys for listening. This has been In the Festival. I am TC. Take care.
Bye. Yes, I like this song. That's my favorite. One of the favorites.
So this one is your song. So let's have some fun. Big up to all my people in the island. This is the wine season. Move up there and come. It's all up there and welcome you to my paradise. And take you this place exciting. Up in my bed to be fighting. Don't you worry, time no paradise. Hey, bring us some fighting. Get out of bed to be like. be a blessing.